All right, let's get it. Oh, you, boy.
I don't hear anything.
Welcome back to You Know What It Is podcast, man. It's your boy. And we are back today. Today I got... And the ladies, with Shotty. Shotty is here. There we go.
Let's pop a
Shotty is here. And we have Paisley. Big P is back. It's been years since we got her on the camera, but she's here. She's here to talk with us.
I made it today. Y'all know what it is.
And, of course, Taylor.
You knew the job was dangerous when you took it.
I'm going to just press that one because, I got horns. We can do that. Taylor.
I'll figure out.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
No, fuck no.
So, recently we have been trying to get back into TikToks. Shotty and Vari Talk TV. So, we got the ladies on the couch. They got talked me in, mainly Taylor, talked me into watching Forever on Netflix because that was a skip for me. In my mind, I was like, I'm not watching
I was
this.
gonna skip it too.
I
I was, but then everybody was talking about it. They said it was so good, but they did not describe it in a way that would make people want to.
I don't know. The preview that I saw, what is it called? Like
The trailer?
The trailer made me want to watch it.
Yeah.
Really? I just read the description. I didn't watch the trailer. It was like
I did not read
Keisha
the
has
description.
been pining for Justin.
Keisha did what?
That's what they said in the description.
Yeah, and that's not.
That's what.
Yeah,
right.
they
That's
don't have to
what,
play it like
I'm
that. 'cause
I'm
that's not
pleasantly
what happened.
surprised. Exactly.
Really? I did not.
And she wasn't pining for that. Boy.
No.
Did you watch the whole show?
I watched the whole thing in like a
It was
day
good.
because I was at work, so I had nothing but time.
And as soon as you told me about it, I tried to start, couldn't start, and then I just finished this morning.
It's good.
It was good.
Did
It was
you
definitely
see my
good.
notes on top of your notes?
Yes, I saw everything. Matter of fact, pull your notes out, so that way.
Because what are your overall
a mess.
thoughts?
I really like
So,
the show.
I loved the show. I thought it was going to be a little bit more cornier,
I did too.
and it
It's
wasn't
still a little
as
corny.
corny. It was corny, but it wasn't as corny.
Yeah.
There was a couple spots where, like, even towards the end, that didn't really, the graduation, that kind of, maybe I'm nitpicking that shit, but there was 12 people at that graduation. And we just went to prom, and there was over 100 people at that carnival.
Mm-hmm.
So, just nitpicky shit. But overall, I felt like the show was good as fuck. I liked it. Y'all want to start from the notes?
What do you think?
Start from
I
the
mean,
beginning,
I
because
guess
I tried to do it from the first episode going down.
Okay, well, I want to talk about, because I really don't think we should
When
do
did
a
I join?
recap of the show. That's all blue is you, red is me.
No
Only me and
recap.
you wrote in here.
Just go watch it.
But yeah, I don't want to do a recap of the show. I really
Okay.
just want to talk about favorite
Certain key
characters,
points?
least favorite characters, key points about when we were growing up, shit that happened like that, shit that we don't think happened like that. And then I guess just like kind of moving into like,
Okay,
now we're on the other end of the stick.
let's do it.
So your favorite character was, I think everybody's was probably the dad because he was my
For
favorite
sure.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Wood Harris
Yeah.
killed that shit.
Oh, I just love him.
It's a great father. figure.
Beautiful representation of a healthy black
Yes.
marriage with kids too. Like it was such a good representation. The mom wasn't perfect, but the dad balanced her.
the
perfect.
way
helped out, for
that
sure.
he was just able to talk her down off the ledge off of most of the things, it was just
Every
like,
episode.
Don, can you
And
please?
she respected. I'm glad she didn't
Yeah.
get
And
me
he-
going.
he
It
like,
wasn't a
had to-
fight.
He
I
never had
love
to.
his
Yeah,
little-
It was
Yeah.
never a
Like,
fight.
He never had to
cussing at her,
raise
nothing
his
like that,
voice
yep.
or nothing. He was just like, and even if he had to like override her, it was never like an argument or something like, oh, they were upset or whatever like that. It was just really simple, straight
she
to the
literally
point.
sat her ass down.
Yeah.
Like
He said
literally,
vital
like
so.
Even when they found out about the video and stuff like that, I felt like he took it a little bit better because he understood, like, yo, these kids is gonna make mistakes, but at the same time, you're not gonna chastise this little girl and stuff like that when our son hasn't been doing that. Our son has been
Yeah.
What did you think about her feeling the need to tell Keisha's mom about the video?
crazy,
That was
crazy,
boundaries.
overstep.
Overstepping boundaries.
Yeah, like-
place. And I really feel like it wasn't her place to tell her son that either. I think that kids can be curious, and if he didn't know about it now, he would probably feel some type of way, or he would.
Well, I
look
would've
at
told my
it.
son.
Yeah.
I think I would've
No.
told my
Changing
son.
his
If you
opinion of her.
already
wouldn't have told
know,
your son?
no, Justin. We're talking about Justin.
Yeah.
They knew Justin was on the spectrum.
On the show, they did
He's
not
supposed
say
to have
that.
Yeah.
But
ADHD
he
is the
probably was
spectrum,
on
no?
the spectrum.
No,
I thought it was on the
thought
spectrum.
it's
Some people kind of overlap,
It's ADHD.
but not
ADHD is
everybody.
just ADHD.
Yeah,
I
It
mean,
doesn't fall in that
But
realm
some
over
people
there.
do have both.
I'm just
You
asking.
can have
It
both.
does fall into
But
neurodiversity.
when he did like a thing, he said that it was specifically just ADHD, and a lot
Right.
of people thought that
I think he
based off
was
how
a-
he was
a little
acting, they were
autistic.
like, "Oh, maybe he was kind of like autistic." But
I didn't think
I want
that.
to just start by saying, right? So go back. He's not on the spectrum, right? This is based off of a book. He was not on the spectrum in the book. So now the story didn't really follow the book to its.
Yeah, no.
To a T, right?
No.
Yeah. Not only that, the characters
younger
were
and
this
whatever
time.
name.
It was the
this
book
time
more
the
PG?
The book was white.
The book
More
was
PG.
white. They were white, and they also had white.
But it was about a video getting leaked and sexual.
No, it didn't have that much like storyline development about it. Like
Yeah.
the person that wrote it and created it, she's the one that was behind the game, girlfriend. So like it makes sense why it's so good in quality, in my opinion,
Yeah.
storyline wise and plot wise.
But they
And,
did
like, the
not
layers,
necessarily
the character
follow
layers.
The book. But I think that I don't know, Justin. He was.
Fine.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Yeah, wait, I was what?
My bad.
That took a whole left. I wasn't
he
going
was
that direction.
ugly. He got cute when he got a haircut.
Oops.
I was gonna say that
They're in high
him
school,
and
young lady.
Keisha
Well,
had
goddamn.
me frustrated and irritated with the.
Justin
No.
was wrong more than
Why was
Keisha?
Justin pissing you off?
They were both equally wrong.
Just popping up when she was doing her community service.
Oh yeah.
You just popping up.
He didn't know
His
he was
little
there,
brother,
but his little brother, like,
I don't think
eh.
Keisha's pissing me off. You gonna top this nigga because, and then he asked her. He asked, did
wait.
you? I would have asked the same thing. Did you feel like you had to like pay me in sexual
Okay,
favors?
so my thing is, ladies.
That's crazy.
First thing.
Crazy.
When my man's he took her to the movies. They had a good ass day.
first date.
First date.
God,
Is your mind? This nigga is
But
taking
she's
me to
young.
the movies. Why was her first thought? Let me suck his dick in the movie theaters
That's
after.
what kids are doing,
But it's
though.
No.
Wait.
After you just.
No, but he's nice. He's
So she
not like
explained
the other
why.
guy. He's the weird,
He's
quirky
nice.
black guy.
She later
I'm not
explained
saying
why.
it's okay, but I'm telling you perspective
Just
wise.
saying because you were being nice to me and shit like that doesn't
She
mean
said because she wanted to show that he
that she liked.
Right, and so when you're young, she hadn't had sex yet, but she had done oral. When you're young and you don't really like, I just feel like she was
She said-
inexperienced.
Yeah.
She
said my
And
footwork.
she's in a single parent household. I don't think she knew that she could just verbally express.
Hell no, her daddy wasn't in the house. But this is what this
But
is.
he didn't.
I blame.
No,
Okay.
not necessarily.
Oh, God.
Like,
I blame her. No.
I wasn't going around giving niggas top on date one. I wasn't giving niggas top on date one.
Okay, so wait,
My father's not in the house.
wait.
So let's make that clear.
Hold on. Okay,
That's
but
not
wait,
fatherless
wait.
behavior.
No.
We had to put them in the bucket. Is this
I ain't never
behavior
do that.
fatherless or with a father?
I agree with
9
that
times out of
perspective.
10, she doesn't have.
I feel like
Most
girls
hoes I know got daddies. Most of the worst hoes I know have daddies. Are y'all serious?
From a men's
They ain't never met a hoe with a daddy.
I married my wife because she had a daddy.
I met many hoes with daddies.
Talking over each other. Hold on.
Okay.
Bring it back. Hold on.
You're right,
We're all
okay.
talking on each other. So his perspective was that was some fatherless shit. He did not. He felt like, oh, it was because the father wasn't in the home. Shotzi said, and Taylor said, all the bad bitches that be outside, all the hoes, all the 304s.
They be
They
having
daddies
daddies.
at home with their
They
mama.
have daddies. Now, I
All
will
the
say
things.
having a father that is present versus having a good father that's present
They're
will
two
play a
different
role.
things, yeah.
Very two different things. So you can
And
have a father that is present.
And her dad was.
Now, in the movie, Keisha's dad was not
Never
present.
present.
Yeah, no.
So, I feel like that did play a big role, but not in that sense.
In her sexual.
Why?
Yeah, not in
Yeah.
her sexuality. But the reason I
Why do
felt
you
like
feel like that?
because I felt like she was just focusing on, how would I put this?
Her future.
No, not even
But
that.
I got something to say.
I'm
Hold on.
talking about her giving like Justin head. Like to me, I didn't feel like that had anything to do with her father or his lack of presence. 'Cause
Why?
He even talks about that. But the reason I feel like I feel like it was more so her mother really played a big role in
Okay.
the
Yeah.
I
Wait,
agree.
wait, let me-
I agree. I'm
Wait,
on daddy.
Hold on. Her mom basically said,
Go ahead and
find a nigga who's gonna take us to the spot and do whatever it takes to stay with this. Why would you go buy this girl a prom dress? You won't be talking to this girl about Christian. Why Christian ain't been coming around? Why has her whole mood done changed? Why the fuck don't you ask the critical questions before you're like, oh, Christian this, Christian that,
I
Christian
feel like
this?
all she cared about was, even when she explained to her daughter and she was like, oh, I didn't do anything that can get me pregnant. That was the main key point of what the mom was instilling. Like, don't do anything that you
Well,
can
no
get
wonder
pregnant.
she's giving
But
God
it's
on the
like,
first date.
it's like she never really had a real
Yeah.
conversation. Like when Justin's dad had a real conversation with him, it was not, don't get women pregnant. It was like, hey,
You gonna do
these
this.
are things that you're going to
So-
do, whether I want you to or not, but let me help guide you.
Mhm.
So, and
Good
that's
type
what
of
I
dad.
mean
I
by having
aspire to
like
be.
present
Good
parents
dad.
versus not having parents at all versus having a parent that was half-assed.
So
Like,
do you
I feel
think
like the mom was
if
half-assed.
the mom was definitely half-assed, if the dad was more present in the house, do you think that that probably could have been prevented? Do you think that the talk would have happened?
The only reason I
maybe-
say
Not the
no
head.
is because he was a toxic parent.
Yeah, he was not a good
And
dad.
But if he was in the house, he might have been a
caught
better
up
dad.
in,
Yeah.
and he was so, I feel like he would have been envious of her because he was so caught up in his dream and his failure to that dream that he was willing to down anybody else that had a dream that.
But was that okay? So that's a learned
he wasn't
trait
down in
because
Keisha.
he wasn't down in Keisha. But didn't his dad stop him from
Yeah.
from
And he
going
sat
pro.
on the bench.
from going
Yep.
pro? I felt like what he did was he took himself out of the scenario with Keisha because he felt like he was going to turn into his dad. You saw how he was talking to Justin.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I felt like if he had been
fair
in the
point.
picture, I don't think that
He
Keisha
would've
would
been
have
toxic
progressed.
to her.
Keisha,
Yeah.
I feel like, went as hard as she did, not because of her father, even though that was the background story. I feel like she went as hard because she was privy to adult things. Like, I don't let my kids see if I'm struggling with something or I'm having a bad day. The bills was out there. That shit said eviction and all kind of shit.
That's
Just,
what I'm
Rent-
just
the
right
rent
there
went
at the
I feel like the
here's
single
your
mother
dinner,
household was
and
a
in the
lot of
fucking
watching
pamphlet
Yeah.
right there.
Like,
So she felt like she had to do these things to get them out the hood. And her parents, remember, even the other girls made a comment like, "Oh, you're gonna be with the next LeBron. I want us to do this. You're gonna
When
take
you
us
put
out
that
the hood."
pressure
You
on,
put that pressure on her, so that's why she was so
ready to suck some dick.
yeah,
No.
and she
To
didn't
be
know how to
honest,
express
That's
like
That's
I
that.
said,
literally
yeah,
what it
at
is.
the wrong part. I thought he was
No.
gonna say.
No, yes,
No,
that is
not
exactly
that.
why.
But where does that come from?
The mom.
I think it was
So,
the
yeah,
single
I
mother
think the single
household.
mother
It comes
household.
There is
from
a
the
lot
fact
of
that there's no
pressure.
man in the house. So why is she even
No.
thinking like that?
Even if she has a man in her house, I don't think
Right.
that's gonna correct
You
that.
really ain't never
No,
met
I
a hoe
just
with a dad.
That's crazy.
You ain't asked enough questions.
I
man.
have.
Like,
I'm just saying. The mom
So do you
moving, the
think-
mom moving on that type of time because why?
but she wasn't moving on no time.
was
She
mov-
just wasn't present. She worked a lot, and
She
she
was
didn't
just trying to make
know.
sure. No, she was trying to make sure that
He's
Keisha.
saying she had to do that because the dad
Oh, the type of
wasn't
time
present.
like saying, "Get us out the hood,
Yes.
She had
be
a
with the
two-parent
next
household
LeBron."
Yes.
and another provider helping her, and she didn't have all these.
For
Yeah,
sure,
there
for
you
sure.
go.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's not why she was sucking dick
in.
in the movie, though.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's not the root
She
cause.
was sucking
No.
dick because she really
They're
liked. But
arguing
my
bad
thing
about
is,
this.
I know this.
I think she just
what do
wanted
y'all
to-
think she was moving too fast
Yeah,
on both sides, on both of them? Because
mean?
even with
both
Christian,
of them.
how long was she with Christian?
We don't get that.
We
They
don't
didn't
get
get
that
that,
like
okay.
full thing.
I think we started in their junior year of high school
Yeah.
because we see them
Yes.
going
Yeah,
into
we
relationships
go
senior
through
year.
junior.
And so I'm gonna assume, and that took place her sophomore year, and then she got into the next school.
Yes,
And
and then got with
I think
Justin.
she was a
Question.
sophomore. He was a senior.
And
Because
does the-
remember, he's going to his.
Oh,
school.
Christian
yeah.
was going to
Yeah.
see
And
the
does the
problem.
fact that she's a virgin change any of the actions that? Because I think that she
What are we
is just a
referring
little
to as far as
confused.
like virginity? What are we?
She
what-
never
was
had
a virgin.
sex.
So
Okay, we're
wait,
talking about intercourse.
So-
Got
you
it.
feel like
That's a
girls that
virgin.
suck a whole bunch of dick respect
Sucking
themselves
dick?
more than
No,
girls
not
that
No,
suck
girls who
dick?
suck dick are still
I think
virgins,
it just
no?
kind of tells how she didn't
You're a
know how
virgin
to
until your
express.
handmaiden is broken or whatever the fuck that shit's
I mean, I
called.
do
But
think
that
she
can
was
be
still a
broken
virgin,
on
but I
horseback
just think
riding,
it
so
shows that she didn't know how to express how she liked
that's why
somebody.
she
She learned how to
Until somebody, you know what the
and
fuck I
then
mean.
she
though.
was like,
so you're referring
that
to
out.
okay,
Vaginal penetration.
intercourse.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what it is.
How to say the P word.
Oh my bad. Is it?
It's so managed.
vaginal penetration.
I was-
Golly.
I was on Webster. I was just reading.
Okay, so everybody agreed that was real fast. Even like as an adult, that couldn't have been me. I like you, but not that much. I'm sorry.
Y'all sucking dick on the first day?
No, and even more, even she. But she got to remember, this girl's in high school.
I'm not doing anything.
This
on
girl's
the
in
first
high
date.
school. High
That's
school
number
girls
one.
were doing a lot. Like,
High school girls are doing a lot.
I mean,
High
but
school
damn,
black women in
that's why
Vegas was not
Justin
sucking
thought
dick
like,
on the
yeah, I
first
just
date.
bought this bitch a
Yeah.
pass. He trying to give me some head because, like, hold on, bitch, you moving. Like,
but and that's another. Okay, so y'all would have asked the same thing though. Did you do this because I bought you the bag? Like, was his thought process wrong about that?
No.
But okay.
I think he was actually in the
So-
right to ask that. He was confused, and it was like, and then later.
So do y'all?
in my opinion.
Scared of what?
Yeah,
He
he
was
was
a
experienced.
I feel like it's a mixture of both.
On the first episode at the beginning, remember his friend makes the joke about like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
you're a virgin.
Yeah.
So he definitely was, but I mean, I feel like he was in the right to ask her that because what is you doing?
She did
That's
set the
next time
situation.
you-
So
to feel
you
very
have a daughter.
transactional.
You have a daughter.
Yes.
What is the prevention for that?
There is no prevention.
Okay,
You just
we're
have to
having-
speak.
there is
You just
prevention.
talking
You
about
have
you
to
talking
talk to
about
your
talking.
kids.
Like I'm of course
like,
talking to my
so,
kids,
so of
but
course you don't want your kids to do.
they're
that,
gonna do
especially
what they
on the first
want
But when
date.
they're at the age of
regardless.
starting to date, I think it's
Absolutely.
important
We're
to
having
tell
lots of
them like
conversations.
We are?
what to expect.
I know
Like,
with kids.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
what, like exactly what Justin's dad did. How he
Absolutely.
was like, this is how you're gonna feel, but blah blah blah. I think that's important. And if Keisha's mom has sat down and talked to her about her body and love and things like that, I don't think she would have done that in the movie theater on
I
the first
agree.
date.
Yeah.
How did you guys' parents raise you? I don't have a daughter. So.
I got
y'all.
talks early on, like, and I feel like it helped. Like, I did not, have intercourse until college because of the things my mom would talk to me about. Like, she would talk to me about love. She would talk to me about sex. She would talk to me about virginity and my body and all of that. And I think that now I will say, before college, there might have been some type of little oral plays and whatnot. But I think that her talking helped me not be in high school in these streets and whatnot. Y'all not gonna talk to your kids about it?
Obviously, I
Absolutely,
am.
we will.
Oh, I'm like,
I
yeah.
am for sure.
will.
But my thing
I-
is I wasn't talked to about it. My dad thought I was a virgin up until I got married. I'm pretty sure.
wicked.
Now, why
I'm
would he
pretty
think
sure.
that?
That's
I'd be a
wicked,
little
right?
Because
offended.
he just didn't. He didn't.
First of
He just
all,
doesn't
I
want-
told
he
him
didn't want
like
to
I'm
think.
my daddy's
Excuse
son.
me?
I don't know anything about that.
I feel a little offended.
Don't clip that, okay?
Well, you did get married right out of high school, so maybe it's
I
not
don't want
as
to hear that
bad.
at church.
He
Don't
did.
clip that.
Yep.
So maybe
true,
that's
you
why
did.
you were
did
still
get married.
young,
Yeah, you did
so-
get married right out of high school.
So,
I mean, what? 20?
high school was the years. I guess that was I don't want to say
High
that was my
school
prime.
was the years.
That's where all the sluts was at.
You were the slut.
Oh my god.
Nah,
I don't know.
but
For me, I feel like because I'm on the opposite end where I only have boys.
that should be easy for you to talk to them.
No, not even that. For me, like my parents were very open, but I mean very open from a young age. From the time I
grab
started going to school, we did not use fun words for things. Okay,
What you mean?
cookie
Like
and
bunny and
bunnies
Kit Kat
and
and-
don't let no one touch your.
Oh,
food.
fun words for your.
yeah, no.
Oh yeah, we're not doing that.
Your hot dog.
We never did.
I got
fun
a
words
bunny. No, you ain't got. What the
ever,
fuck you
ever.
talking about?
My parents were very,
I use
very
fun words.
open, and they talked to me about sex from like probably 5th grade. But they also talked to me about sex with the puberty talk too. So it was kind of like my family is very open to when I did go ahead and choose to have sex. I talked to my parents about it, but I know a lot of people's parents aren't that open. I didn't get in trouble. I was 17. So I was still underage, and my parents were very like understanding, opening, and I never had to worry about like finding out something from like a friend telling me, oh, what the hell was that shit back in the day they used to talk about? Blue waffle, I think it was.
Oh god.
I didn't have to worry about those dumb ass things that people were saying. I got real information. I got HPV testing, stuff like that. Like, so my parents were very, very open, and I feel like that created, one, we have a very good friendship.
Better
I
decisions
wouldn't call them
and
my friends,
stuff.
but yeah, and it made for better decisions, and it made to where if I had questions, I wouldn't go to you about it. I would go to my parents. And I feel like I want to create that safe environment for my kids, but I also feel like because I have boys, I don't really know what happens to men either. So, my kids grow up in a 2-parent household, so I guess like that'll be on the other
it's still important
partner.
to talk to the boys.
But Brandon is more like the dad from the show. He's very mellow, very calm, and in some of the ways, I am the mom. She was pissing me off, but
she wasn't
Don't
wrong,
turn
though.
into her.
Was she
Don't turn
wrong?
into
That's
her.
another.
No,
topic.
she in some aspects, I
pissing
felt
herself
like
off.
felt like she was
Okay,
overly
so-
smothering the kids.
Yes.
Because yes, right, like I have that same issue where I have to worry about these are, 3 black men are going to leave my house one day, and I hope that they get to come back home.
Yeah.
In addition to all the natural disasters that we have. So it's like, yes, but then I felt like if you smother your kids like that, they're going to start being sneaky. They're going to stop wanting to talk to you. You're not creating a safe environment anymore because you're wanting to keep them in the house. So now guess what? They're going to start leaving their windows open and they're going to go through the windows. So it's best that you know where your kids are. Hey, I'm going to this party. Like I think the rules was like who, what, when, where.
Yep.
Like,
and he kept just breaking them shits, and that
And
was
it was
pissing
so
me off
easy,
too.
it was so
And
easy,
he was like, just go
but-
tell your mama. It's just about communication, and that's
And
all
it
I've been telling
really
my
was.
motherfucking
It
kids.
really
You don't have to
was.
lie. Just tell me what you
Yeah.
want.
Communication. And so like I feel like she was kind of holding on to him too tight. He was, granted, I'm not saying he's a grown man, but he was old enough to know right from wrong. He was old enough to make decisions.
He
for himself.
wasn't a
And
bad
we have
child.
to- exactly. And we
Nigga
have
was
to be
excelling in
mindful
basketball.
that sometimes
He was a good
got better.
he was
You
only
know,
benched because of his coach. He was only
know,
benched
only
because of his
benched
coach.
because
Don't do that. Don't do
But
that.
he was really, but come to find out, he actually was really good.
He
at
could
the game.
really
He
ball.
was only benched because the
Of the
coach hated
coach.
him.
I didn't
But
even pay attention to that.
oh my God, they said
They
it.
kept saying
Yeah,
I just heard his uncle say he was boo boo, and I was like, well.
That was why he did that. But I really think that she was a little bit too tight on him, and it's not that he's going to wake up one day and be an adult. It doesn't just happen overnight. You have to prepare your kids. And like he said, you want him to be a man. Let him go out. Let him go to the view. Here's the rules. You know what I mean? So it's like at that age, I feel like sometimes parents forget that you don't just wake up an adult.
Yeah.
These are something that you need to be easily transitioned into because you go from your parents parenting you so hard and then you just are out on your own figuring it out. And especially in like our communities, I know like most black parents, their kids got to go at 18, or if they're in the house, they still treat them like a child versus saying like, this is
That part.
my 18-year-old son that lives with me or my 18-year-old daughter that lives with me. And
Motherfuckers still got a curfew.
yeah, they got like an 8 p.m. curfew and their parents are on their ass about shit. And it's like, but for me, I just feel like she was a little bit too tough. Keep in mind, yes, this is a child, so still parent him, but be a lot more lenient and just guide him more so versus like hounding on him all the time. And he kept telling her like, you always up my ass. Like, please let me figure it out.
They didn't give him any room to like
to
sink or
grow
swim,
or
like,
to be on his own. And so when he jumps in the game, I feel like that was him taking back his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Control.
Yeah, control over, the fact that his mom came in the room, like I think it was right the night before is what it's like, seems like it portrays. And she's like, well, it's just not working out.
Oh, and she's wanting to give up basketball?
Yeah, to just give up. And it was like,
Yeah,
he had no
pissed me
choice,
off.
to give up my dream because you gave up on me.
Exactly. Like, and so I really feel like she was just really my least favorite.
do y'all
Other than Keisha and Justin, they were the worst characters. And Shelly ass was fucking
I
annoying.
like all of them because they're layered. Like they all portray people we know or ourselves. Even Keisha.
How do you feel about Christian? Do you feel like he's redeemable? Do you feel like what he did?
No.
But we see that.
And he was ugly.
That
We see
part.
that.
Yeah.
Y'all remember the exposed pages and shit like that?
That was
Yeah.
wild. Y'all shouldn't have been doing that.
Who is y'all? Why are you putting this on me? Like, damn, should be putting this on niggas like.
No, I'm not. I went to. That didn't happen. I went
No,
to
no,
private
no.
school.
That doesn't matter. Hey, she went to private school.
Hey,
Keisha went to private school.
That's not my forte. Not how I
I
get
do
down.
remember when I was in high school,
Right.
a lot of girls' photos was getting
Burn
sent
books.
around. But I also
And I never
think
took
that
one, that's why.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say because me and Brandon
job,
had
y'all.
that same conversation,
Conversations, yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, he was like that was crazy for her," and I'm like, "Yeah, like when I grew up, I remember a lot of women got like their
They was
nudes
getting exposed
left
once
and
a week.
right?" And I was like, "But I never took those photos. Even I'm not gonna say, but as an adult, I don't take those type of photos. It's very, very, very rare." And it's like, if I send you a photo, I'm not going to send you the exact same. I need to know exactly who to trace it back to. Exactly who to trace it back to. But I get it. Like, you know, she was young and she just wanted to, like, do something for her man. But I feel like that wasn't
All you gotta do is
appropriate
tell
for
him
her
that
age.
you like him, and it'd be enough.
Or
Like,
just buy,
she could have just
buy
talked
an
about it, right? You
equivalent,
can't just talk about
equivalently
these
priced
things.
gift. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
oh no, oh girls can't buy shit. My bad, my bad.
Do you
Girls can't buy
just
shit.
say where they
buy
were?
shit,
First
but
of all,
that doesn't make sense.
but also,
What you
an
mean? No, what did he
equivalently
do?
priced-
What did he get her?
He was rich,
I
Vari.
got
What did
that
he get her?
bracelet.
He got her the bracelet.
The bag was from a high-priced
She
store,
could,
too.
all she could have did was get him some Jordans, some new basketball shoes.
Okay, you said an equivalently
what
priced
money?
item.
Or,
like,
okay, not equivalent.
right, her
price.
mom
So
can't even
wait,
pay
so
the
wait.
bills,
her
bro.
mom can pay for school.
No, I'm
No.
talking about
Justin.
Her
Because she was saying, like, oh, just tell
her
him
mom
that
could
you
barely
like
buy
it.
her
But
new
I really
shoes.
think that,
Spikes.
I really think that just communication is really big. But
Oh,
I
he
also
spent
think-
a
But
gift
it was
card.
like a good amount on the gift card.
gift card.
It was
It
still a
ain't
good
his
amount.
money.
It came from his parents. He is rich.
It
What I'm
doesn't
saying
matter,
is she
like,
don't have those same resources. That's all I'm saying.
But his point, well, she don't. But like he said, like, bro, I'm not gonna buy nothing if you're not gonna get nothing.
She can give him some, like, whatever she can afford. Her mama couldn't even
Right.
pay the bills. Give him some snacks from the, like, that's what she could afford. Like, let's be real.
Okay.
okay.
Hey, pay one of these motherfucking bills, but she didn't. She wanted.
She want, yeah, she could have said that to
She
Justin.
wasn't gonna say pay
If
for
she
these
said
fucking
that, she
bills.
would have been
Yeah,
done in my book.
relax.
I would not respect
Y'all
her.
don't even want the
TV off.
adults to say that shit.
Imagine how his mama would have
Hit the
been if she
road.
asked him to pay some bills. His mama would have been
hell.
done. Like,
Get mad off the damn track bag.
Especially Justin, mama.
Justin mom
maybe.
was
would've been
she
pissed
was
off
she
that
was a
track.
little.
what do y'all
tightrope.
think about the scene when her dad did show up and he was present and what he did to Justin and then that's his name, right? Justin, and then the advice he gave her about Justin.
I think the advice he gave is great. I think
was solid.
even as
Bad
adults,
advice.
we invest ourselves into our partners instead of into our own selves.
And you can
it's
see that
so
with
easy
Justin.
to get caught up. And
Yeah.
he was so-
spiraling.
He had no clue who he was, and he put that as like, oh, well, she knows who she is.
I'm Keisha's
just
man.
gonna ride
And I'm
with
her.
Yeah.
I'm, yeah.
That's
I'm
all
Keisha's
he knew.
man.
That's
Like,
all
what
he
didn't he
knew.
You
tell her
talked
you
about
are
that.
my something?
There-
Yes,
You
yes.
are my, whatever. I can't remember his words, but like,
But he explains to her exactly what the dad was saying. Like they'll
Mm-hmm.
put their all into you, and that's not appropriate. And I think even as an
I think he
adult,
tried to trap her.
you talked about that in the notes. I don't remember exactly.
So
what you
after
said.
prom,
he
when
wanted to
Justin
have
tells,
sex without
Hold
the
on,
condom.
wait.
oh wait,
my
I want to talk
God.
about that part too.
We are gonna talk about that.
After prom, when Justin tells Keisha that he wants to go to Howard, it was
She was annoyed.
it was written all over
It
her
wasn't
face.
that she was annoyed. It was that the
She didn't want that.
realization came after hearing what her dad said. That was when, because remember, she defends him when they're sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
But then that was the moment that it like clicked, and she was like, "Oh shit, yeah, like he only
Will
knows
spend his
me,
life
and
following
he
me.
will. Yes, he will. He doesn't know who he is. So it's like he only wanted that because she wanted that.
Okay.
He had no original thoughts.
But my thing is, you're telling me you love me. We're together. We're only doing this till senior year.
That's the reality.
That was-
That is
No,
the
it's not.
reality, though. Some people don't have
It
that
wasn't
luck
the
and
reality for
fortune.
you because
No, it's
you
not.
got
Yeah.
married, and you guys.
That's
made
what
it
Justin
work.
thought. Justin thought he had found his
and was
forever.
gonna live off of his parents' money forever.
No, wait, whoa.
I think
Because
it's
Justin did not have a
Yeah, that's
plan.
your-
He was gonna start making music and be a producer.
You said what?
That he wasn't gonna do that till she convinced him to, and that was after he broke up with her.
Hey, after 12th grade, man, you might well go ahead and let Shorty go.
And I'm not
Society's
saying
gonna
that,
compare
but
us
what
back.
I'm saying is it's different when you're saying, oh, that doesn't necessarily have to be true, but did you lose yourself in Kiana? Did Kiana lose herself in you? Or were you two separate entities? Think about the distance.
There's been times where we definitely lost ourselves in each other.
Of course.
And we've clinged and been smothering and all of that other shit. But then you have to realize
Reel it back in.
I'm a logical person. So at a certain point, I'm like, ooh, I need to set back. Or I need to chill. Because she's I got other shit that I got to do, and I can't just keep focusing on this. Justin couldn't get past that.
Justin didn't have other shit to do in his mind.
In his mind, he didn't have other
didn't.
shit to do, but he had a lot of shit to do.
Exactly.
Nigga, you have college to plan for. You could have been practicing.
He couldn't see
you could
that
have been doing
past
the beats.
Keisha.
Yeah.
So it took them breaking up.
But
I think that them breaking up was...
She should have just been like, after prom, she should have been like, yo, they should have did it or whatever, and then they broke up. And she needed to not fuck with that nigga, and she needed to go to Howard and not speak to him no more, because literally, she literally was making this boy depressed. Like as a mom,
he was
I
making
understand.
himself depressed.
No.
I agree with that. That's not true. Because when you're a teenager, everything feels like it's gonna be forever.
It's on top of you.
That's a him problem.
I'm not disagreeing with you. That's not real depression.
He
That is a
didn't
him
think outside of her.
That is just
he
part
didn't
of being
see nothing
young,
but her.
unfortunately.
He didn't see his
I
future
think the
no
problem
more.
was this. Justin was so inexperienced that when he finally got a girlfriend, remember, this is his first girlfriend. I'm
trying to...
You can't say that because you had multiple bitches all throughout the years.
But what I'm saying is there's been times where I've been stuck. I've talked to motherfuckers about this shit. And I've been like, damn, there ain't gonna be no way out. No, not even just with her. Before that, I talked to her about a chick. I used to sit in class and tell my wife about another bitch.
Well, she wasn't your wife.
Let's not.
When she wasn't my wife.
That.
What?
But I mean, at the same time, like, I think
this is high school shit.
No, I'm not saying that because, granted, like, I thought the guy that I was dating in high school was gonna be with forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It happens. Shit happens.
But I mean, reality of the situation is 9 times out of 10, even your friends from high school, you're just gonna outgrow. And even like, people that you meet at the early 20s, when you turn 30, 40, you might grow out of those relationships.
Let's segue into something real quick. We're going to get back into forever, but you said something that she wanted to talk about.
Yes. How and when do you let go of, like, what was the question?
Friendships. How do you know
long-term
when a long-term friendship is over?
So think about, like, you love this person, like, you don't want to hurt this person. You legit love them. You've been friends forever, but also you no longer want to hang out with this person.
But they'll keep hitting you up or being like, oh, let's try to do this, let's do that.
Why don't you just have a conversation?
It's hard to.
You don't want to hurt their feelings.
Exactly.
Is it about hurting their feelings? I feel like being dishonest is hurting their feelings.
I moved here. I had all my friends back at home. Right. Back in I got friends here now, but in the beginning, I left everything I know and love back at home. And as I grew as a man, as a person here, friends back at home, I was go visit back at home, like, damn, y'all niggas still doing the same shit. I can't, I don't know how to have conversations with you niggas no more. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, bro, I moved on. And it's like, y'all niggas are still here, and I hate to say it, but I still love y'all. I mean, cool, but I gotta go, bro. Like, y'all still doing.
So did you tell them that?
Yeah.
Where you from?
I'm from Flint. Yeah, Michigan. You gotta move on. I can't have conversations with you, bro. Like, you look at me, bro, you so Hollywood.
I cannot picture telling
you look
someone
at me
that.
Hollywood because I'm now more focused on business and other shit. While you just worried about after work or at the factory. I'm gonna go turn up and go do this, nigga. How we finna get this check? Like, what we moving on? Like, what we doing? I'm not fucking.
So how do you tell somebody you want to be friends from a distance? Like, I want to check in, like, once a year and keep up with you on social media here and there.
I feel like that just
happens.
happens.
Like
You don't have to say anything when that happens.
That's not fair.
I disconnect myself.
Yeah. I feel like you fall back. They should feel that.
Conversations with these people when you.
No, I fall the fuck back and I just let it be because it is what it is. Like, what the fuck? I'm busy.
You're weird.
I'm busy.
So you ghosted them.
I'm ghost, nigga. We're not in a relationship. There's no ghosting happening.
You ghost your friends.
No, you can't ghost your friends. A friendship is a fucking friendship.
You can ghost your friends.
Friendships of friends
all the
do
time.
hurt when you guys have to break up.
Like, if I ghost somebody, they don't even hit me up. So it's like,
Well, yeah, because you
then
ghosted
both were growing
them.
apart. Yeah, so that's not the same thing in my opinion of what she's talking about. You're talking about somebody like still wanting to be actively your friend,
but
and you don't want to be their friend.
Yeah, I don't really want to hang out.
You're gonna
just like
you can do that, but that's weird. I'd call you a weird ass bitch.
See, that's my dilemma. Y'all see my dilemma now?
No, you just like the rest of these weird ass Vegas bitches. That was my first
See,
thing.
I don't want to be called
No,
a weird ass
you're
bitch.
talking-
I think it's not the same.
I'm weird because I don't want to talk to you.
No,
Right.
what you're talking about is not the same thing she's talking about.
Why
What else you
not?
talking
Well,
about?
she's
Because you're talking about somebody that doesn't put any effort into being your friend. You only talk to once in every blue moon, and
Yeah.
you're always on bullshit.
This lady is
We're really
consistently
friends.
trying
I'm still
to
trying
talk
to be your
her.
friend.
Yeah.
And you
So
don't.
I
talk to
told
me.
her she needs to talk
need
to
to
them
tell
about
them.
that because that is the only way. Like, if you no longer want to be friends, you have to go through that
But I
breakup.
don't
So
not
that
want to be
that
friends.
person,
I just don't want to hang out and talk that
I mean,
much.
just tell me all that out.
So you
And
want
talk
you
as
want
much.
to demote her to an associate?
Yes. Yes.
No, you don't want to be her friend. There's
What way?
something that's
What
happened
way?
that has made you feel like you and this person don't align.
Yes,
so you don't
because
wanna kick
there's
it.
okay,
So let
but
it
does that
go.
not happen?
No, we don't need to be friends anymore. It's no
So
beef.
why-
It's no beef.
So why do you need to say that?
Associate.
Because
Right.
once you start saying
So
that,
I'm gonna say
that's
this.
when the beef starts.
I'm gonna.
In
No,
their mind,
that's on you.
oh, there's no beef,
That's
bitch.
on
Oh,
you.
we got
If
beef.
you want to get loud and rowdy because I no longer want to hang out with you, and I can explain to you like I don't feel like our paths align. Right now, I don't feel like it's time for me to be your friend. If you want to get upset, I could have just ghosted you and not had this conversation, and then I'd be a weird ass bitch.
Do you do this every time?
Yes,
Be a weird
I have
ass
had.
bitch. I think
I've
I'm gonna
broken
vote
up
for
with
weird
my
ass
best
bitch.
friend from 3rd grade, and we had to have a conversation. I didn't have a choice in that
Now,
situation.
was it something that made y'all fall out, like an event that happened, or you just
I didn't
no
feel
longer...
like she was really my friend. I felt like it was a trauma bond. I've known you since 3rd grade. You
For
were
sure.
my 3rd grade bully. It's easier to befriend you than it is to beef with you. So with that being said, like, no, I don't. This isn't
person didn't
serving
do
me.
anything like that.
Then why don't you? I mean,
'Cause
you
it-
cannot.
nigga,
Like,
I
I
it's
just
sometimes you
don't
just
like.
don't want
Okay,
people
I don't
to
like
do
the
it.
things.
I
I don't like the things we talk about. I don't like the what
Thank
they're
you.
doing in their life. Honestly,
I really just
Once
think
again,
that
So
a
then your
breakup
paths
do
aren't
that.
aligning.
Yeah, like your
Yeah.
your tracks.
And I have to tell them that.
And there's
No.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what we're saying about this ghosting shit. It's not ghosting, my nigga.
So
Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this?
She gonna
Why
tell
don't
her to
you
change her number and
Why don't you
shit.
just Keisha it and block?
Yeah, just block. That's
I
also
mean, if you
bad.
want to have a conversation,
bad.
See, a
for
block
me,
is worse
you
because
don't
now
feel
I'm
that
wondering
bad.
what
I
the fuck did I do to
do.
get
So
blocked.
wait, okay, wait. Here we go. This is a perfect example. So I had a friend, you know them,
Okay.
and they've even been on the VOD. And I didn't even realize that we weren't friends anymore. I literally was trying to reach out to them, and I couldn't get in contact with them. So I go on social media, and I'm like, oh, I'm blocked. I go on another social media. Oh, I'm blocked. Okay,
See,
well,
blocking
what
is
did I do?
crazy.
But it doesn't matter what I did or what they feel like I did or whatever they're going through. That had nothing to do with me. There's no beef on my end. I don't feel like there's beef. Now, babe, if you have beef and you feel like you need to block me and I just be at home with my kids and my man, that's on you. But for me, even though she blocked me on everything and ghosted me, I'm okay with that because that has something to do with you. And if you feel like we're not aligned and you want to just go ahead and make a quiet exit, babe, by all means, do whatever you want.
What if
That's
I
how
know the
normal
person
people
won't? I was just gonna say, what if I know the
quiet
person
exit.
won't
What's
take
wrong
it
with
like
a quiet
that?
fucking
What if I know
exit,
the
bro?
person
I
won't
need
take
to
it like
be
that?
able
The
to-
You know they're
person
not gonna
will
respond like
flip
that.
out.
Then I would just block them. But
I had
like,
to-
be prepared for
They're
your
not
re-
gonna respond well.
There has been so many instances recently of niggas just like, why aren't we kicking it? Why aren't we hanging out? Nigga, I'm a 31-year-old man with 2 children and a wife. I have things to do. I plan my days out. I plan my weeks out, bro. Like, I can't
this is
just
different
be
for guys.
kicking it
I
on
feel
a
like your
humbug.
guys' friendships are very different than our friendships with females.
No, because at the end of
And
the
I'm gonna
day,
tell you guys, the friend
at
is
the
a
end of the-
male.
at the end of the day, I don't. Oh
You
shit.
shouldn't have to block somebody at the.
They're,
grown
you know.
little
Yeah,
motherfucker, I
at the-
gotta block a friend. What the fuck?
You had to do that.
You sensitive?
These
as fuck?
blocks are for everybody.
At the-
I pay the bill on this phone. These blocks are for everybody.
Listen, I'm not block, bro. What the fuck?
At
I
the-
feel like because you're a man,
No.
it's different.
Yes.
It's not
At the end of the day,
I'm just not finna block you.
at the end of the day, as men, we don't need to do none of that shit.
My phone.
We just need it. We're gonna keep moving
my
along.
phone.
I think as women, y'all thinking a little bit too much about it and the friendship aspect. I just seen Lonzo for the first time in like 4 years,
I saw that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and it
Yeah.
no,
At
it,
the-
it doesn't
I was
matter.
like, interesting.
We only see them at like
I
the kids when it's
rarely
like, the
see them,
kids'
but when I
birthday
see
party,
them,
it's all love.
It's all love every time.
all love
Like
every
I
time.
just seen the nigga yesterday.
It's all love. It do be all
I
love.
just
And
wish
that's how
this
men
person
move.
was like that.
Men relationships are for sure.
But I
Yeah.
also think
Must be
some women-
nice.
Nigga, seeing this nigga for the first time. Seeing him for the first time, I was hype as hell. I was like, oh, shit.
I ain't seen Shanti in what? 4 years? I ain't seen Shanti since I had my first kid. I just
Since
had
we was
another
in the
baby.
first two.
But y'all not.
Yes.
But y'all not texting every day,
You're right.
and you don't feel like you need to.
Right.
But y'all are friends.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, this person.
But I also think
how do you put a person into that category that
that's
doesn't want
what
to
I'm
be?
saying. Like for me, I
How do you
feel
put a
like
person into that category?
I
that
don't
That's
feel
on them.
that
That's not
way.
on you, in my opinion.
You don't.
You feel like you need to block her?
No.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just keep saying no.
Just keep saying no, like when they text and everything, I'll say no, or
just be like, I'm too busy. I got shit to do.
Lies. Like I'll be like, oh,
Just say I got shit to do. I'm busy.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
feel like doing
Like
that.
I want to come somewhere, I'm just gonna blatantly put I do.
okay.
not
So you
wanna
know
go
how I'll
there.
come in town. Like I'll come in town often, maybe like once every couple months. I stop telling the person that I came in town, but they'll see on Instagram.
Yep, that she here. Oh,
and they be like, you didn't even tell me you were in town.
Like, if you don't want to have these conversations, because it seems like a part of this is you just trying to avoid this altogether.
For sure.
No, but that's not how this works. Like, you're either going to
some
have to say...
people don't like conflict.
It doesn't have to be a conflict on her end. If that person comes at her crazy, you can leave them on red.
I don't want to hurt their
Still a conflict, and she doesn't even want that on her conscience.
They're going to cry.
That's a for sure.
Y'all got time.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care about friendships to that extent. Like I see Jabari every 800 years. I see Taylor every 800 years. Y'all know where I'm at. You're always welcome to my house. I have not picked up. I have not moved. The living room is still the fucking living room.
Yeah, I'm inconsistent, but that's because real life requires you to be.
Yes, like real life.
Yeah, you're the most inconsistent motherfucker sitting on the couch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with admitting that. Life be lifing for me. But I guess with your situation, I don't understand. Like, if you still want to be your friend, and like I said, you're making it a problem because you're lying about the situation. And that only...
caught up too.
You don't owe nobody nothing. Like, if you go out with somebody else and that's what you do.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, is you got to marry this motherfucker? Like, what's going on?
Like, is this more than like a friend?
It's the homie. It's the homie. Nah. It's the homie for real.
I'm not saying like that, but I knew it was a dude because
I can help you with this one.
It's a dude, but a friend dude.
Yeah.
It's, well, listen.
Y'all see that?
I feel like, just be honest with me. Like,
You know.
you want to hang. I just don't talk to motherfuckers. I go ghost for a month. Like, we know this nigga doing it.
But that's the thing. I'll go ghost. I live in Atlanta now, so I'll go ghost for a month. But like every time, like, you know, the person will reach out, like, I really want to see you. Tell me when you come. Like, they reach out a lot. Send videos a lot. Like,
what's a lot?
I tell you what, they gonna see
So
anyway.
wait, what kind of videos? Like, they just be sending you memes and shit on Instagram, or is it like?
and you know, like,
There'll be
male
certain
humor
people-
is so different.
There'll be certain
I be
people
like,
that
what
I
is
do
male
not
humor?
like getting.
Exactly.
Like, don't
like,
stop
yeah, I
sending
don't
me
do it.
fucking memes and shit like
There
that.
is, and he's
There'll be certain people.
He one of those. I don't
Sometimes
want
it
no
don't even
memes.
be funny.
Yes. Sorry to this person.
Like,
Sorry to this man.
That's how I really start to know, like, oh, we not on the same page,
Yeah.
my nigga.
And then see, I'm the type to just put a little laugh on it,
Oh no, I don't even respond.
but I'll be like, I need to stand up. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
It's you. It's you.
I
It's
know.
like letting them know, like, we're not connected like you think we is.
You too old to not have
Oh,
a
damn, you
backbone.
don't respond to my
I just
memes.
love
She
this
acting like just
person.
an occasion.
I love this
Yeah.
person. I don't want to hurt
Distance.
them. That's all.
The first step is to stop responding to the shit they send.
She gonna cry writing a text message.
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna write a text message, but I will take Jacoby's advice with the first step.
That's the first step. You don't have to respond to them dumbass memes.
Oh, God.
Why
The
you
memes
so
are the text
I
messages.
swear they
Or the text messages.
dumbass me?
They dumb as shit. They dumb as shit.
Reclaim your time.
Oh God.
Okay.
I'm not about to sit here and go through all
'Cause
the
I sure be like,
TikToks you can send me. Like,
LOL.
Girl, bye.
I would have tried
thinking of
it.
something that, that's funny.
Not even a smile cracked. Like,
I don't know.
They said me somebody
But-
post them on IG like, so you is active, yeah, but I just don't want to talk. Like, nigga, it's not.
see, I be
it's not rocket
hiding
science.
myself on Instagram to avoid the shit.
Oh yeah,
like,
you gotta stop that. Cause this is just supposed to be a friend. Yeah.
Hiding
Yeah.
yourself on Instagram is crazy.
yeah.
Listen, I'm not
But-
doing all that.
This ties into, you know, cutting people off for personal growth or because you've outgrown them, which happened in the show. What are y'all?
So because they got renewed for season 2,
Yeah, it's coming back.
I think
I want
they're
them to
gonna
be
do
adults.
the thing where they're both separate. They're dating other people.
Do you think
by the
they'll show them
time-
in college? I don't really want to see.
They're
I
gonna
want to see
show
them
us.
after
They're gonna
college.
show them in college. Because she's
Ain't
trying to get to the
nothing serious
forever.
in college.
She's trying to get to the
Exactly.
forever.
Exactly. In college, ain't nobody serious.
In college, you're gonna be dating people. Keisha's gonna get fucked.
Well, I'm
for sure.
excited to see him explore
Let her
other
fall.
relationships outside.
Let
of
her fall back into some bullshit ass relationship or some shit like that, and then here come Justin to swoop her up. I gotta
you don't
save
want to
her.
have a savior complex.
He already has it. He already has
does
it.
have a savior
He already has
complex.
it.
He got that
It's too late.
savior
It's
complex.
too late.
That's why he liked her
That
right
nigga ain't
there.
even light skinned. He be acting crazy.
he
Embarrassing.
gotta say-
It is embarrassing.
The video, I feel like the video made him like her even more because of his savior
He's
complex.
the weird ADHD. Like he's different.
He wanna
Not
save
like
her
most of
ass.
his peers.
That nigga want something to fix.
See, and
For sure.
as
He's
a
a fixer.
dad,
He needs to
that's
fix
what I need to.
himself.
I'm gonna tell my son, you're not a mechanic. You weren't put
You're
on
not
this
a
earth
mechanic.
to fix
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You're not a mechanic.
Especially not that young. I think they were
You
doing.
need to
a
fix your
lot
motherfucking
for
self
their
before you could try to
Yeah.
fucking.
Driving
Figure
across
out-
town because your mama not at home and she at work. And we
The
gonna lay
uncle
up
was
in
the
your
only
mama's
sensible
house all
nigga.
day?
Okay, wait. Bringing that. So she
When
she
was
said
that?
driving across town because your mama not home and we gonna
They
lay
was
up in your
catching the
bed.
bus.
or whatever.
Oh yes,
So-
across town.
Jabari, you had made a comment about when they was getting to things at her house.
Wait, what did I say? Because they was at her house.
Yeah, go all the way down. Right there when I said, "Why did you say this?"
Justin must have been biting that thing. Oh yeah.
He could
This nigga.
Justin must have been
This
He
nigga.
can't eat pussy for
He
sure.
can't eat pussy worth a damn.
Wait,
Nigga.
but I was down there.
I hear you.
Wait, is that how y'all took that? Because I was like, why is she rush? I was like, she must not
she
like
didn't want
it.
it. She didn't want it at all.
He was biting that motherfucker.
She must have been biting that thing. She didn't even wait
I
1
thought she
minute
was
to tell
just
us to
used
get up.
to giving. I thought she was a giver.
I started laughing. I said, "Why would you say this?"
Because
why
she
would I
definitely
wake
got
up-
the fuck up.
I know
She definitely got the fuck up.
She just likes to please.
She said, all right, let me suck that thing because you ain't doing what you
I
need to
just
do.
know, I'm like, oh, she likes to please. That's all. Like,
Nah.
That nigga was fucking up. She said,
Yeah.
"Let's switch the
Y'all,
phone."
women like getting their coochies ate.
That is
I
hilarious.
thought at her age and
She
who
laid
was,
back and she was like, oh my God, you're going to
thought
do
he
this
was
for
gonna
me?
do this thing.
Oh my
was
gosh.
gonna
She said, wait, hold on.
try.
No, nigga, never mind.
You
Never
ever been
mind.
in a situation where you had to tell them to move?
Move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is it? Is it nigga just... So niggas just be biting that motherfucker.
Yeah, he
She
was.
like
I
that
don't think he
shit.
was doing a good job, but I mean, he's a
Nibbling on that
virgin.
bitch.
It was his first time. I feel bad for her. I couldn't believe Jawari wrote that shit. I was.
He needed
that
to
was the
advice
first thing.
from sinners.
That-
Somebody
I don't-
needed to give him some
Bruh,
advice.
I don't wake up
Because that nigga was
until-
eating musty pussy.
Was it?
Okay, I didn't watch the movie.
She said
I didn't
she
watch the
walked-
movie.
Oh, you ain't
Oh, you
seen
talking
it.
about Sinners?
I
Sinners,
did
yes.
not
Yeah.
watch Sinners.
Some country moms.
Hell no, I
Why
did not
y'all
watch
say
Sinners.
Sinners?
I said 40. I said 40.
But he
Take
said
that up.
he did.
How many miles did she? Because she told us. She told us in the movie how many miles she
She did not
walked.
say 40.
I could have sworn she said
Yeah,
40.
he said
40.
wait. On the thing,
She did say 40.
Who walks 40 miles an hour? Ain't no party that important to walk 40 miles.
They don't have no party, so this is the only party of the year.
40 miles
We
of
gotta get
walking.
there.
Yeah.
That party better last 48 hours. Because 40 miles.
That shit has some-
oh,
Oh, babe, it's crazy though.
that's wild. Especially because that's like a seafood season.
Her shit on the burn. They trying to make her burn down there.
This shit little.
Yeah, a little.
Oh,
I have to see that movie. I just
you
don't.
do.
It's
ASAP.
on 1 to 3 movies.
No, I
I'm gonna watch it again at the house.
watch it in theater.
I'm a stay-at-home parent, so I always got to
1, 2,
fucking
3 movies.
kids.
Fire stick. No,
That's
One,
what I
two, three
need to
movies.
invest in as a fire
stick.
stick.
Ass right now though, 'cause I'm
Crazy. That is wild.
Oh, we done?
Yeah, I know.
No.
I don't know
I'm just
what
readjusting.
poor Justin was doing. I felt bad for him because she gonna embarrass him, especially on national
Listen,
TV
lip
like
check.
that.
Bro, you in hell no. You chasing. No.
Okay, but he wasn't
No,
chasing.
no,
He was
no,
a
no,
lover
no,
boy.
no.
He's a yearner. Bring back real yearning. Like,
If he could have stood outside with a boom
his
box,
kink
he
was
would've been
Mr. Save
outside.
Him. He wanted to
He
save
was
him.
a simp. He was definitely a simp.
No,
I
he
think that
wasn't.
he just was happy somebody gave him
He was
the
just a
time.
He
good
definitely was a simp.
So
boy.
he met her one night and
I
he
do
was
agree
thirsting
with
like
that.
You didn't even have a taste
I
of
feel like
the
if
Have you never heard of Love at First Sight?
No.
Y'all are just.
At first sight.
Her at first. Remember, the parents were already trying to hook him up with her. That's why they
Y'all
were
are hurt and broken.
black.
Girl.
I very much
They were
am. If a
already
man is doing
trying.
If a nigga
Remember,
tells
he
you that
used
he
to be
loves you
he was
on the
like,
first,
Oh, my poor nail.
He was like, oh,
And you need to
the
run
Keisha
away.
that you
He
used
needs
to make
somewhere
me
to
say
stay.
hi to. The
yeah.
parents were already trying to get him to
They
do
were
shit.
in-
Wait,
Only
doing
like
what
Keisha
on the
because
first
Keisha
night
liked
though?
him.
And another anything.
That's the reality.
Y'all,
He just loved her.
the girl. Yeah, hey, listen.
See, that's your problem. Y'all don't love women
You
for
would
real.
not let a man love you on the first day like that. You wouldn't let no nigga do that.
He wasn't acting weird on the first date. She was.
I'm sorry, the second day.
What did he
Right.
do on the second date?
After the head, he was.
Man be acting like that.
What did he do?
My
What did he do
nigga got his phone taken away, was tripping out.
On the second day, first.
That nigga
That
was
was the
thinking
first
about
date.
running away after his mama took that phone. After his mama took that phone,
He
he
had
was
never liked the girl
contemplating.
before.
I don't give a damn.
I think he only liked her because she liked him because
I mean,
as long
she
as his
was,
parents
though.
been
He
trying to
wasn't
hook him
allowed to be
up.
out.
No.
Keisha Clark,
What?
Black Keisha. The dad used to make him say
His
hi to
cousin.
her.
His cousin wanted.
Listen,
His cousin
cousins.
wanted that.
She wanted
And
to
it
kiss
was-
him
She said
so
if she
bad.
say no,
That
you
nigga
gonna
said-
fuck this pussy
I was so
tonight.
happy. I was so happy.
Oh,
she
you
was
talking about
like
the girl that
voicemail.
showed him her tits?
Yes.
Yes.
That was very
She was
uncomfortable.
thirsty.
That
I was
was
like,
my
So wait, at first I thought they
She
were
was
real
thirstier than
cousins.
Keisha.
Nah.
And then she showed him her titties. And
Was
they
she
looked
thirstier
bad.
than Keisha?
They
Yes
looked
or no?
bad.
For sure.
Ooh.
The
That one?
cousin.
The cousin?
The
Yeah.
cousin.
She was begging
See, but
for the
here go
Yeah,
Cable.
it was a
I
lot.
It
oughta
was.
fuck.
Hold on, wait.
Cable was gonna fuck his cousin.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
Whoa.
Cable.
She was like, oh, if you don't see a block folder, it's on with me and you tonight. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was
it
like,
was-
girl.
that was a lot.
So they
It was
were not
very
really
aggressive.
cousins. They were just
Nah.
And you
friends.
can tell he
I
didn't
think
want
they were
to.
family friends.
How, okay, so the little pack shit.
They grew
Is
up.
that real with y'all? Have y'all ever
The what?
made a pact with a nigga and was like, yo, if we ain't fucked by this time or had kids by this time, we gonna do it?
No.
You ain't never had like a friend.
No.
Apparently in the
No,
fucking
but if I
show.
liked them enough to make a pact, why ain't we doing it right now?
That's a promise ring, I guess.
Like, why aren't we getting married right now and having kids? Like, why make a pact? That's
I've never-
settling.
I've
That's
only
settling.
seen those type of things on movies where they like
I
make
know some
pacts.
people that got some situations like
In
that.
real life?
What's
Yeah, but it's really because both of them is hoes.
They was like, we gonna do our thing, but we gonna meet back up in the middle.
Like if it don't work out.
Yeah.
we'll just
After their
go back
years
to
of
kids
hoeing.
for like 35.
like,
How is
come
that
back
gonna
to
work?
me.
How is that
It's
going to create a healthy
It's
atmosphere?
not gonna
It's
work.
not.
It's not gonna work.
Niggas is just talking.
They just talking.
Damn.
That's
next?
that's not it. That's not gonna work.
Next time.
The pool. Can we talk about the pool? How
Okay,
he
yes,
tried to
we
put
can
a
get
baby in her?
No,
I'm convinced.
I
yes,
don't think
okay.
he was trying to
No,
put a baby
definitely
in her.
was
I
trying to
think
put
he
a
wanted
fucking
to
baby
trap
in her.
her because
Definitely
he
was trying to trap
did not
that
see a
shit.
future for himself
Thank
outside
you.
of Keisha. And
He
what's
was like,
gonna keep Keisha around?
A fucking baby. And guess what? My
And men
parents
do it
is,
in real
is rich.
life.
And my parents is rich.
You see why
So-
the thirst. I told you, you're doing too fucking
Okay,
much.
now yes, he was. That was too much.
He said, let me just put it in. It's gonna feel good.
A nigga don't
You
have
know,
nothing
just
going for
let me-
himself.
Come
No,
on,
that
dog.
was trapped
That was an equivalent
Once
of
she
let
s-
me put the tip in.
Once she said
He was in the pool
no,
crazy.
It was
Chill.
a little much. I don't understand why he kept going for it. And
He's
that's
like,
also
I'll
not his
pull out, I
personality.
promise.
As a father,
Yeah.
Doubt
You don't
it.
even know how yet. Like,
Yeah, right. You don't even know how.
I done
yet.
had sex about 3
as a
times.
father, that's gonna be one thing. Don't never try to just go run up in it raw, please, because you don't know what this
Not
girl
only
gonna
that-
do. You don't know what your Johnson gonna do. That's the first thing. That nigga will shoot out immediately. You will put it in and it'll shoot out. Shit'll happen like that.
I mean, y'all do know people
Sometimes.
get pregnant off of pre-cum. That is a real
I don't
thing.
know. Sometimes.
I mean, it ain't
Pre-cum
happened to
does
me
have sperm in
before.
there.
But it's
So-
I heard.
That's something, to definitely talk to your kids about, I mean, I don't think they come that fast, though.
Oh my god.
You don't got a penis.
Right.
This is the first time they
that's
did
crazy.
it. He literally was
I
like,
mean, niggas can
That don't count, 'cause that was her first time. She
Niggas-
didn't even finish.
She was like-
She didn't even finish. She,
She
was
didn't
lying
even
there,
start,
like,
nigga.
Shut
She was
up.
just like, damn, it hurt. It hurt.
Did
Oh, you
he
done?
start? Like, he was like, I
That
think
didn't
it's
count
in.
because that
Boom,
was his.
they're
I think
done.
that was his first time. So he just, I don't know what was going on. That was a lot.
He never.
Does
Thankfully,
do the 2
I've
second
never
pumps
had that.
count?
Do the what?
When a nigga hit it like that, does that count?
That's what
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
I have.
Okay, I'm
sex
sorry.
is sex.
I've never
Like,
been nobody's first. I really don't know.
Oh.
I've never
Still,
been
I
in that
guess it
situation.
counts. Unfortunately, dang, wasted body. But since they were together, it didn't matter.
Not wasted body.
She said a wasted
It
body.
got better.
A body is a body. Hey, they gonna count it. They
a
gonna
body
count
is
it.
a body. Like
That is hilarious.
a body is a body.
You count all your bodies?
I'm a 30-year-old woman.
Oh yeah, we don't count bodies.
Now, do I know the number? Of course, because I ain't out here just, swinging and clanging, but But no, I don't just be like, oh, I have this number to brag about. I think that's a weird thing to brag about personally, whether it's low or high.
Okay, so that's
Why are
another
you
thing.
even
The
bragging
bragging
about that?
shit. Did we already talk about that? With Christian bragging to the friends because
when he was
A child, which is why she shouldn't have.
What you say? He trying to prove?
he was trying to prove that black girl head was better.
better than white girl.
I'm gonna just tell
That
you
would've made
And
me
my thing is,
That was a
send
lame
me your
excuse.
white girl
Very
sucking
lame.
dick before I send this. I ain't about to send you this. He sent that unprovoked.
But that's how disposable
Don't
Keisha was
send
to him.
anything.
Yeah.
Don't send anything.
I don't know why he said that. And I
It is
really
a
think his
privilege to be
reasoning
getting
was-
some. Don't send nothing.
His reasoning was.
His reasoning was
really,
wild.
Really, really crazy.
It was weak as hell. I was listening to that shit. I'm like, Keisha.
And then
Come
she
on,
let
Keisha.
him pull her away from her current man
Yeah,
and
it
kiss
was a
her
lie.
on
It
the
had
cheek.
to be a lie because there's
My
no
boy
way.
told me that white girls suck dick better than black girls. I just had to prove him.
I tried to tell him that.
Yeah, no.
Look,
Nah.
then you ain't even tell him. You showed him. That's the thing.
Okay.
No, you sent it to him, nigga. You ain't even just show him.
Sent the
Like, you could have
video.
just went to him at school and been like, look, see, told you, bye. Now, then it's done.
I'm sure thinking about when he pulled her away. She went to talk. I was mad at that. I feel like she shouldn't have even went over to talk to him
At all.
in front of her new man.
And you
And
had
then
this
he
nigga
kisses her on the
crying.
cheek.
Had this nigga crying in
He
the
was
car.
crying.
He was crying in the car.
Dog.
Leave him alone.
If
If it was me,
No, Keisha was doing too fucking much.
She played with
This
him at the
bitch.
very beginning. The way that she strung him along,
When I seen
even
that, I was
with
like,
the
oh,
prom
yeah.
situation,
That's
was
when
a
his-
lot for
that's when
somebody
his
to
mom
deal
was
with.
like-
Oh, I don't want to tell my mom that me and Christian.
I hated
If you don't
that.
tell your mama that you broke up with this little boy, and the only reason why she didn't want to tell is because the mama kept reinforcing that this nigga was the next LeBron, and the mom was the fucking problem. That's the person that I hate the most. Is her fucking mama.
I wouldn't hate
Shelly.
her, but
Garbage. That's a garbage ass.
she
Like,
wasn't a garbage
And you
mom.
should have had
She
a
just wasn't
donkey
the
of the day
best.
little thing.
she definitely
garbage
no. When your daughter, she can't come to you because
She
I'm
felt
afraid
like
that
she
I'm about to
couldn't.
disappoint her with every move that I make. If I tell her that I broke up with Chris, oh, it's bad. Now she got to go get 4 more jobs now because her whole mindset was Christian was about to get us up out of here. Like, come on, we gotta be serious about the
She
shit.
should have put more faith in her
That's a
daughter. Like,
It's a fact.
Yeah,
But
I think Shelly was really awful. I think
she was
both her
also
parents
just scared
was
because she was
just
out
not
here
good.
sucking dick and got caught.
And plus, Shelly, you had me at 17, baby girl. It's like, come on.
And she mentioned that. She's like,
and that's the
well,
thing
you
Shelly
know,
just
like,
didn't.
Like,
She put
she
pressure on her
should-
because she didn't want her to make the same mistakes.
Shelly thought
So
that
she
she
took
was probably
pressure on
doing.
her.
Shelly thought that she was doing that. Shelly thought she had the next Barry Bonds, nigga. That nigga was supposed to go to the league. Was he not
Yeah,
supposed to go to the
was
league?
supposed
He was supposed to go to
so
the
she
league,
probably
yes.
thought
She got
that-
pregnant by the nigga.
Yep.
He didn't go. Now she's trying to get her daughter to make sure that she gets the one that's gonna actually do the
I
things.
mean, but baby
Come
girl
on.
was on the same road as mom.
It's the same road as mom. Mom could have
If it
definitely
was, she wasn't fucking. She was.
avoided all of this shit by just telling her, listen, I want you to focus on
And
this.
I also
Don't worry
think,
about these
like,
boys right now.
The persistentness of Christian should have raised her some red flags. Like
Yeah.
when she
Yeah.
initially gets the flowers and she's like, "Oh, did something happen with Christian to make him send the flowers?" She couldn't tell her mom.
He ain't never sent
Fine.
flowers.
The mom was
Day in his
insinuating
life.
Fine,
already.
yeah.
But the mom
But
seen the actions of her daughter, like.
What I don't understand is
something.
why she
Acting
couldn't
weird,
just be
right?
like me and
That's what I'm
Christian
saying,
But
broke
you
up.
still
She
bragging
should
about
have
this
been
boy.
persistent with
Why are you
the
still
fact-
bragging on the
like,
boy?
Why would you bring
She should have just said they broke
just
up.
to
Period.
pop
Point blank.
up, you know
He
what I
betrayed
mean?
me.
Like-
He cheated on me. She could have lied about anything.
just-
to
Yeah,
not
she
go to
could have just
prom
said,
with her
"Oh,
boy.
Call the cops on the mama. Why you picking up this
I
boy?
would say he cheated on me.
Why are you picking up
Easiest way
Christian?
out. Easiest way
Why are you
out.
picking up a 17-year-old child
Right
and
there.
taking him anywhere?
Right then and there. You know,
Shelly.
Shelly picked up Christian to
Shelly
take him
picked
to
up
go
Christian
meet
and
up
took him
with
to the-
Keisha. And he said,
Call the
Shelly should have been
police.
to jail.
Call the police.
Why she got?
Because why she do
Why
that?
are you picking my son up? Ain't nobody asked you to do that.
Didn't he show up?
Keisha was
If I was
looking
Christian's
for
daddy,
her?
I'd have been like, stay away from fucking Keisha and her gold digging ass mama, because I already see what they got going on.
Christian probably don't got no daddy either.
He in Jamaica.
That's why he acted
No,
like
that was Keisha daddy.
that. He was in Jamaica that whole
I'm
time.
sorry. You talking about?
He trying to play baseball in Jamaica?
No.
I think he was in the DR.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I ain't never heard of baseball in Jamaica.
I think it was Jamaica.
Really? Yeah.
I could be wrong or whatever.
I thought he was. I don't know where the hell. I think
I don't know, but I feel like season 2 of Forever is gonna be great. Hopefully they don't do the
Summer break thing. If it is college, I just want to see that. And hopefully they don't take it too serious. Well, Justin.
I don't want them to speed through anything though, because if we have 8 seasons of You, give me at least 4 of this.
Yeah.
I need at least
can
4 of
agree with
this.
that.
But
'Cause
how
you
long are
got
we
so
gonna want to
crazy.
see them
I
being
ain't gonna
off
talk
and
about you
on
right
for
now.
real? Like, how long are we realistically gonna want to
That's
watch that?
right. Give me 4 seasons, right?
That's too many seasons to be off and on.
This next season, they're gonna be off and on in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me 3rd season. They finally meet up. They both got good jobs or whatever, and they working through some things. Last season, Married with Kids.
Yeah.
That's the recipe.
Do
So
you guys want them to be married though?
it's called
I think
Forever.
you're
The
gonna-
show is called
Okay,
fucking
here's another
Forever.
topic.
But in the book they were not
That'd be a
together.
good ass-
They
that'd
never
be a
got
good
came
ass
back
topic.
together.
At
Y'all
the very,
never
wait. So they
Spun the
grew up in the
block
book?
on somebody
On
from
the
high
book,
school as an adult.
They do not
Realistically.
get together.
You said what?
And they,
Y'all never spun the block on somebody from high school as an adult. Well, y'all
Hell
not
no.
single, so
I did.
I'm like, that's a realistic thing to me personally.
That's why
I would.
Well, I don't think there's nothing wrong with spinning the block. If it was that long ago, if they didn't do nothing terrible to you, like
even
I
if I
could
was
see it
single,
being
I would
realistic.
spin the block on none of them niggas.
Well, I said if they didn't do nothing terrible to you,
None of them did anything terrible. I'm just saying, I personally.
or if they're not
wouldn't
like
spin the block.
bummy, because that's always.
I feel like giving men second chances always
I
usually
just-
ends bad.
But what
Yeah,
if
I
it
just
wasn't
have
that?
better
Like, what if
things to
y'all
do.
literally broke up because y'all
Nah.
went off to college? What's wrong with
Yeah.
spinning the block on someone who it just aged out? Y'all went to different places.
That happens because my dad definitely was talking to a chick when he was from high school, and I was like, bro, you're 50. He was like, yeah, but I knew her in high school. What?
We're in Vegas, a small city. I feel like that's very common. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily see a problem with it unless person is like bummy, alcoholic, and or did you wrong in the past.
I just
All
don't
right.
see that for me. I don't know. And not even, there's nothing wrong with any of the people that I dated in high school. I just don't have any attraction to them anymore. Like, I just got older.
You're supposed to get finer as you get older.
That didn't
Sometimes that
happen.
don't happen for men a lot of times. But sometimes it does.
Yeah. Look at me. So, I want to thank the ladies for showing up. We're talking about Forever.
And I won't be
hopefully
back.
season 2. Yeah,
I'm just playing.
this will be the last time that y'all see Paisley.
I'll be back in another 4
Hot as
years.
a motherfucker in here.
But I want to thank y'all again, man. It was a good one. Ladies, y'all got anything else to say on closing? No?
You know what it is.
No, it was nice to come back.
Oh, we are going to be doing some things, so make sure y'all stay tuned. We're going to have some videos coming out, some promos, some trailers, some exciting news.
Yeah.